What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of 69 Baja Outdoors. Over the weekend, I went out to Northeast Maryland to Frank's Fall VW sell and hot dog meet. I did get to meet a lot of cool people. Of course, had some hot dogs. It was a great time. Not as many people as I had thought there was going to be, but it was still a great time, and I scored some pretty cool stuff. So one of the cool things that I picked up was a set of peanut turn signals. That's not the whole thing, but I'm in the process of getting these sanded down for paint, and we'll go over that because that's actually in today's video. Probably the coolest thing that I picked up, boom, was this oil cooler, an 18-pass oil cooler, and I'm hoping that mud crickets overheating issues will be solved, and now I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put that thing. And in the meantime, we're going to be working on these peanut turn signals. I mean, they're not that nasty, and it actually kind of makes me sick to actually sand these down because I can't see wasting good Volkswagen parts. But anyway, so what I've done is kind of roughed up the chrome to get them painted. And I did that by the die grinder. It doesn't take much to do. So now that these are ready for paint, we're gonna hit these with the heat gun because it's a little chilly in here today. I believe it's 51 degrees, 52 degrees, and get them primed. So one of the other things that we need to do is heat up the self-etching primer because it works better when it's warm. And I also shot some drywall screws through here so I could paint these without getting crap everywhere. And we're gonna get these toasty as well. Probably a little too close. So we'll give that a few minutes. So now that everything's heated up, we can go ahead and get these, give a couple of nice shots of the self-etching primer. Just kind of mist it on there. Then we cook them. Once that's dry, we'll give these about 3 or 4 more coats. Actually, it doesn't take that long, but we'll give these, like I said, 3 or 4 coats of primer, and then we're gonna hit it with some Raptor liner. And as luck would have it, I am all out of Raptor liner in black, so I do happen to have a can of Duplicolor truck bed coating in black, and we're gonna try that. I'm not sure how that's gonna come out, but we're gonna find out here in a second. Get that a little warm. And here goes nothing. We'll see what... Holy, wow, that makes a mess and a half. Yeah. We're gonna stop footage because this is gonna go everywhere. I gotta do this outside. Okay, so I'm hoping it's shiny because it's still wet. But that's not so bad. And we're gonna hang this right here. Take the other one. Get this can a little toasty as well. Yeah, this stuff's pretty messy. All right, so now we're gonna let this sit, I don't know, a couple hours. And in the meantime, we are going to mark mud cricket's fenders, get the fenders drilled out, while this stuff is drying, and after this is done drying, we'll assemble. So the next thing we need to do is figure out what size hole we're gonna have to put in the fender for this to fit down through it. And we're gonna do that by using the calipers. Kind of a pain in the butt to do this with one hand, but we're gonna make it work. So, all we're gonna do? Just close up on that. 1 3/16 inches. So now that we know that this hole is going to be 1 3/16 inches, I think I'm going to go 1 1/4 so I have a little bit of wiggle room. So these peanut lights, I know on the old school lights, I want to have them facing kind of in this angle, somewhat level here. I know it's arched, But I do know for effect, they kind of have to face forward. I think that's pretty good there, actually. I mean, it wouldn't be a true Volkswagen without the iconic turn signal lights, right? So I've been sitting here for 45 minutes trying to figure out exactly where I was going to place these. I'm not having a good time with this because once I drill a hole, that's it. That's where they got to go. This is going to make me sick, drilling a hole in the fenders. Once I put this in there, it's there for good. But we're going to go with 1 1/4 inch, which is just a hair bigger, so it gives us a little bit of movement so that the rubber that's going in there isn't so tight. Now, one of the things I want to tell everybody, this is definitely the wrong hole saw to use for this application. Remington has made a Rem Grit, and I'll post that below. Yeah, that will cut this. This is not the right bit, period. Go outside. Don't breathe that shit in. All right, so the wife was trying to help with that. And what I was trying to say earlier is that this is not the right hole saw to use. It will cut fiberglass, but you will eat up the teeth in short work. I don't have a Rem Grip, and we're using a 7/32 for the bolt holes. Wow, that made short work of that, huh? And that's it. And now, moment of truth, right? Ah, it's perfect. It's perfect. And now, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So, of course, it would help if I mounted it the right way. My first day on the job, apparently. Another thing I wanted to show everybody is I am using 2 of these, a 2-flat to 2-flat trailer adapter, which is these things. And they're beautiful for quick disconnects on power plugs, which I have already mounted my running light because I knew I'd be doing something along those lines. There they are. And here is what we just put in. And this will actually plug right into that. So once I clip the correct end off of this and we wire it to the base of this, but we'll get to all that shortly. So it's important to note that what's coming out from underneath the car, because I'm anal about stuff, red's gonna be power, white's gonna be ground. This is the plug that I have coming out from underneath the car. And the reason that is when the light is disconnected, power can never accidentally touch ground. So my ground is exposed, which means this is the end that we're gonna cut off. This is the end that's going to go on the end of the light. Power is exposed on the light itself. So we're gonna cut this off, and we're just gonna utilize this piece here. All right, so we had to give it a little shot of Freol down the tube to get these to slide in. And they slide much nicer now. And they actually come out the other side like they're supposed to. Now I will have to cut these back. I gotta wipe all this off and solder the ground on. So what we're doing now is we are going to put a little shiny spot, probably do it here on the side, I guess. We're just gonna rough that up to get some of that stuff off there. Just like that. I don't know if you can see that or not. Don't need it quite that long. Trim that there. Just gonna put a little bit there, like that. So I'm just gonna heat up the tip of that. Get some of that solder to melt on there. And that's all you need for that. Now, this piece here, now we're gonna heat this up. Get some solder melted on it. There we go. Solder looks like it's sticking good. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna heat the 2 up, and they should blend together really well. Get this little ball smoking. Boom. Blow on it a little bit, let it solidify. And there. Not going anywhere. Now we have to wait for this to cool off to put the center back in it. I did take the center out so it didn't melt. So this is the piece that I pulled out. I actually couldn't find the other one while I was trying to do this, right? So I did have to take this piece out, and that just drops in place in no particular order. You'll get a socket that fits down inside there nicely, and just give it a little push. I have to wiggle it a little bit. Boom. And that's back in. This is an empty. The other one I have is a stock Volkswagen. But anyway, I need to trim this one, put a spade connector on there. And normally I use waterproof solder loose terminals. Because this is inside the rubber, I'm not going to do that with this one. We're going to use this. We just dropped it on there. My favorite tool. Well, I have a bunch of favorites, but... And that's it. And then this, go on the blade, like so. And then this, of course, right? I'm still trying to hold on to that socket in my hand. We're going to give this a little bit of pull. Kind of pull that down a little bit. The spade terminal is bunching up at the bottom, which is kind of weird. That's it. So now we're going to install this on the other side. So I did opt for an amber bulb. I did have to order them. I think they were like $1 something a piece. I did not tighten these down yet, but I will soon. And these are my wires coming out. These will make it to this plug here. We're going to put a little bit of loom on it. But anyway, these two are going to connect, and we'll see if they work. I haven't done the other side yet. I do still need to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that, but now I've tried over and over and over to match this onto the other side with no luck. So I am now going to set this up here, kind of tuck it in the corner. I'll come up with an intersecting line somewhere really close to top center, and then I'll trace the holes on the other side, flip it over, put it on the other side, and then hopefully that will get me really close where I need to be. Stand by. I forgot to plug this one in. Boom shakalaka. I like it. And I think they're pretty close. I mean, I'm happy with it and I can't see it. So I'd say they're dead nuts. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you watching. Thank you so much. And until next time, we'll catch you all on the flip side.